Hello, everybody. Wait for a few more people to get in. Hey, Otto. How you doing? Sasha in the Springs. How you doing? Wait for some people to get in here. Thank you for that, Brian, for posting that. You guys know what we're here for. We're here to give you some information and try to raise some money for Eric to get out. I'm going to start with some probable cause sheets, though, from some other cases. We're up to 1,367. Nice. Very nice. All right, we're going to start with the probable cause from Janet Matson, by the way, and the actions on that. So we have Janet's arrest here. The sheet, this isn't the probable cause sheet, this is the case information and stuff. So we're going to start with some of that because Brian knocked off with the probable cause sheet for Eric. So let's see here. For Janet Matson's arrest, let's see what it says here. Defendant asked for preservation of evidence, namely all videotapes and audio tapes of interactions with of defendant with police, deputy sheriff, citizens, jurers, and paramedics occurring at LLC Lindsay Flanagan Courthouse on the 18th. At the following places: courtrooms 3H and 3E, and the hallways and vestibules outside the entrances to the courtrooms of 3E and 3H, and also the pre-trial detention area in the Van Cise Simone building when paramedics departed after providing services to defendant, and it's granted for the preservation of that. So the evidence is now preserved according to this order, and of course she was released and everything. Let me find the probable cause sheet for this. They better not have shorted me the probable cause sheet. What the hell? These guys shorted me probable cause sheets, I think. Hang on. 1 second here. I'm going through all this stack of paperwork they gave me. Page 2 of 2, statement of probable cause. Whose probable cause is this? Hang on. They shorted me Janet's probable cause sheet. Man, this is bad. Asked for it, didn't get it. So, what was that about reading the chat? Your stay in Tower. Okay, No Man Lands TV. Okay. Yeah, they shorted me sheets that I requested. All right, so we're gonna have to skip that one. We already know some of that. Anyway, the evidence in Janet's is preserved. Let's go to Abedi Irizarry, Liberty Freaks, probable cause here real quick. On his arrest, his recent arrest. So on December 27th, 2019 at approximately 0700 hours, Lieutenant Kenneth Chavez advised me to hold the DMU detailed out due to possible protesters at the Lindsay Flanagan Courthouse. This location is, city, county, Denver type stuff. Let's get on to the meat of the stuff. At 8:20, so at 7 o'clock in the morning, they're saying that there's going to be protesters here. So at 8:20, Lieutenant Chavez advised us there were approximately 20 people known to be anti-police followers. So they have now categorized protesters as anti-police followers that are in attendance in courtroom 4C. At approximately 9:25, Lieutenant Chavez requested we respond to the 4th floor due to parties causing a disturbance. Officer Chris Randall and Officer Dave Hunter and I responded to the 4th floor, but were redirected to stop the defendants Irizarry, Abedi, who had just walked out of the courthouse and was walking northbound on Fox Street. Irizarry was stopped at the corner of West Colfax and Fox Street, where I was informed to arrest him for unlawful conduct on public property and harassment. The victim and reporting party is Captain Michael Jordan of the Denver Sheriffs, which, by the way, they can't be a complainant in a lot of this stuff. So we already know this is BS that they arrested him on. Do we have the other sheets now? So anyways, let's see here. He wrote in the statement that he responded to the fourth floor, and when he heard radio traffic for officer needing assistance. While en route to the officer, he received phone call from courtroom 4C, the court clerk named Jill, and reported to him there was a disturbance on the floor. When Captain Jordan arrived, he saw several people yelling. So that's why they don't want us recording up there, is because it would contradict what actually happens.
Yes.
So they don't want us recording stuff that's happening, so that they can put these charges on people.
You can show them the bond too, so that they know that there's actually, like, this is real. This is $10,000.
That right there is for Eric, right there. So that's Eric's right there that you guys can see. Eric Brandt. So nothing much marked on that one other than the $10,000 bond. All right, let me finish up real quick as fast as I can with deputies, and then I'll go on to Eric's. Several of his deputies were blocking the group from approaching Deputy Garagnani, who had a party from the group in handcuffs. The parties in the group were known Occupy Denver protesters who frequent the courthouse to support other members of the group who are attending court proceedings. This was in fact the case today, as two members of the group, Karen Sidaro and Janet Matson, had scheduled court appearances in courtroom 4C at 8 o'clock. When Deputy Garagnani was exiting courtroom 4A, he was approached by members of the group, including the defendant Irizarry. Irizarry did not have business in the courtroom except to support Sidaro and Matson. Captain Jordan had joined Deputy Garagnani on the fourth floor and was between him and Irizarry. Irizarry attempted to walk around Captain Jordan several times and was told not to do several times. So now they're limiting where he can walk. Irizarry was yelling and demanding to know why he could not walk around the captain. Captain Jordan had to tell Irizarry again several times, even though Irizarry got within 6 inches of him and continued to attempt to step around him and get to Deputy Garagnani, who was dealing with the arrest of the other Occupy member. So Captain Jordan had to place his hand up and in front of Irizarry to stop him from walking around him. Okay, interesting anyway. Deputy Sheriff Ronald Thompson wrote in his statement that he witnessed Irizarry yelling loudly in the hall on the fourth floor. He was cursing and pacing the floor and continually yelling curse words in the hallway in front of courtrooms of the fourth floor. Deputy Thompson approached Irizarry and asked him not to yell and curse. His attempt failed, and Irizarry continued to yell and curse. So it's not illegal to yell and curse in there, by the way. It is not. That's form of protest. Both Captain Jordan and Deputy Thompson gave clear verbal commands to Irizarry and the rest of the group to stop yelling, or they would be escorted out of the building. Irizarry continued to yell and scream. Captain Jordan then gave the order for the group, including Irizarry, to be escorted out of the building. So they were told that they didn't stop, they would be escorted out of the building. So they were escorted out of the building. So I don't know where they jumped to arresting him. So as they were being escorted out, Irizarry continued to yell, "No justice, no peace, fuck the police." Irizarry was escorted to the west door and he exited the building, where he was stopped and arrested at West Colfax Avenue and Fox Street. Irizarry was arrested for violation of Colorado Revised Statute 18-9-117, unlawful conduct on public property. So that's the meat of it. So I'm going to go on now to what you guys are really waiting for, which is the probable cause sheet. And this is not the probable cause sheet. What the hell, man? This is not the probable cause sheet. This is the basic bullshit. This is not the probable cause. Why the hell can't we get a real probable cause sheet? I don't know. Defendant, let's see here. This has none of the meat of why he was arrested. I can't give you guys an update because he's got the probable cause sheet either with him still or they didn't give it to us. This is unbelievable. Didn't he look at the papers he was getting? Alright, so we can't get the probable cause sheet now. I don't know if he's got it with him or not. This is an issue here, because this is why we came down here. And I didn't get handed any of this paperwork until just minutes ago. So you guys, alright, anyways, bond $10,000, cash only with GPS monitoring. So we already know, well, I'm hoping that he does, but this is not the probable cause sheet. This is describing the charges, but not the probable cause. So that's the meat of it, is a $10,000 bond, GPS required. And the hold from Jefferson County is removed because the GPS monitoring is being put on from Denver. I don't know if it was deliberately withheld. If it was been me getting this paperwork while I was there, I would have checked it to make sure that the probable cause sheet was there. So I don't know what the deal is, why we don't have it. I mean, I specifically requested several other things, but because of the fact that we were pressed for time for getting them, I didn't check them. So I have the probable cause sheet for the ones that I specifically asked for. I did check those. And Eric's, he was getting, Brian was getting, cut the plastic. I also have the probable cause sheet for Alan Moody. So I gotta wait for Brian to walk back over here to see if he's actually got the actual probable cause sheet. Yes, the hold from Jefferson County was related to his GPS monitor, and because Denver's going to put one onto him here, they're going to release the hold on him from Jefferson County. It's $10,000 cash. It isn't a surety. You can't get a bondsman for it. It's a cash bond. So I can read you Alan Moody's while we're waiting for him. Oh, he's coming now. This is not the probable cause sheet.
Sorry?
This is not the probable cause sheet. Do we have the probable cause?
It's not being read aloud tonight.
It's not being read aloud. You're not going to let me read it.
You haven't read it yet.
All right. Good answer. Because I don't know what it contains. He's suggesting that I not read it aloud to you guys.
Until you've read it
at
first,
this point. That's right. So anyways, you guys are getting an update of what we know. So the only thing that's keeping him from getting out of jail is his $10,000 bond.
I have just confirmed that with the bondswoman.
Yes.
Are you facing this way or that way?
It's facing that way.
So hi everybody, Brian Loma, Cut the Plastic. I have just confirmed that there are no additional wants or holds. As long as we get him out in the first 72 hours, we can guarantee that he'll be released in a timely fashion.
Yeah.
So
Otherwise, I'll move them upstairs and
smash that like.
yes, please do
Share
smash that like
this
here.
post.
Yep, keep putting that link up for the bond, please.
The PayPal pool, which is being managed by members of the Denver crew, will be used exclusively to pay the $10,000 cash bond needed for Eric Brandt to be released from jail, and we can pay that tonight.
That still has to go through a bondsman, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't go through a bondsman. It has to get processed electronically, so there's some conditions and clauses to it.
Yeah.
But by Thursday morning, the 2nd, we want to pay this bond and have him released.
It'd be nice to get him out tonight, but
You gotta have $10,000 cash delivered in Denver if you want to get him out tonight.
exactly.
Facts are, we need it to be raised so it can be transferred to a bank account so that we can then pay it.
Yes. All right, we're not going to read that probable cause sheet because I have not read it. So there's some stuff in there we probably don't want out at the moment. But I can read you the probable cause for Alan defend if you guys wish. Give me a 1 if you want to hear it or not. The money does get returned at when the case is resolved. You guys do want to hear it? Okay. Because Alan got arrested the other day too, as well as Liberty. All right, the probable cause of the arrest of the above-named individual, approximately 9:30 hours. The reporting officers were advised that the Denver deputy sheriffs had the defendant in custody for interference at 520 West Colfax Avenue, located in the city and county of Denver. Blah blah blah. Denver deputy Garignani was attempting to take a remand into custody in courtroom 4A, which is funny because this didn't happen in courtroom 4A. He should have just walked to courtroom 4A and walked in, and that's not what happened. When the defendant, identified as basically, approached Garignani, Garignani advised Moody blocked his path and refused to move. After moving past Moody, Garignani advised that Moody approached him aggressively from behind on his gun side. Garignani advised that he was in fear that Moody was going to attack him. Garignani ordered Moody to back away and placed his hand on his chest and then pushed him away. So he laid hands onto him, telling him, get away. Moody again approached Garignani. Garignani took Moody into custody for interference. Garignani advised that due to Moody's actions, he was forced to divert from his normal duties with the remand from 4A. Moody was charged with interference approved by, guess who? Lieutenant Chavez. And that's the probable cause statement for defend. So we did get a lot of paperwork. A lot of it's unnecessary paperwork that doesn't give you much information. So yes, it is a $10,000 cash bond for getting Eric out. So we will make some copies and send them off to some people. And that's about all we can do at this point. I have not read that sheet, so I am going to read that sheet before any of that gets passed along. So I do thank you guys for joining us for this update. What about Liberty Freak? They arrested him. I gave you the probable cause on that, most of it. All right. For the last part of Liberties, it said several of the court clerks wrote statements for this event. Jessica Medina was working in courtroom 4B when she heard yelling in the hallway. She saw several parties yelling at the deputy. She was disrupted by the disturbance of the group yelling, "Gang rapers, pigs, killers," and more. I'm pretty sure none of that was said. Carla Marie Torres was in courtroom 4A when she was disrupted by the screaming, yelling, and dog barking. Patty Hollingsworth Williams was sitting in the information desk on the first floor when she heard the loud commotion coming from upstairs. She stated she heard loud screaming and chanting, "No justice, no peace, fuck the police, you're a murderer." Shortly afterwards, she saw DSD, that's the Denver Sheriff's deputies, escorting people out of the building. Natalie Hitchley was sitting in courtroom 4C where she worked as a judicial assistant. She heard the loud commotion in the hallway and people yelling very loudly. So that was Liberty's. Let me see if this second page is to his. I think it might be. Yeah. Displaying signs or other materials, distributing literature or other materials, obstructing the passage of any other person, interrupting judicial proceedings, yelling or making other audible outbursts, using sound amplification, harassing, intimidating, or threatening court personnel or others, or engaging in similar conduct that interferes with the ability of employees to carry out the business of the courts, of the ability of other persons to effectively access the courts. The conduct shown by Irizarry meets the violations in the statute, as he was yelling loudly and disrupting the normal business of the courts. So now you know why Liberty Freak was arrested the other day. So, yeah, guys. All right, guys. We'll get you more information as we know it, and we'll get back to you. I'll see about doing some cop watches tonight. The cops are going to be out in force. So thank you guys for joining. I hope if we have any other questions here that I can answer real quick. Where's the warrant paper? It's a probable cause sheet, which he says I should read before I announce it over a live stream. You got to remember, some of these are active cases, and some of this stuff, with the information in the hands of the trolls, can be worse. So you guys know how it is. So I hope you guys can do a donation to get Eric out. You know, $2, $5, $10, whatever you can afford would be great, so we can get Eric out of jail again. And hopefully we can get him out and we can get that raised quickly. It's true, Aging Gray, that is true. But they'd have to be down here to get it. They would have to be here in Denver to get their hands on that information. Hey, Pajama, how you doing? Yeah. All right. We're gonna end the live stream then. You're in the hospital? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Pajama. I hope you're doing okay. Oh, thank you, E-Man Entertainment. Any donations, please put to the link that the mods will put up for the pools one, for the PayPal. Can somebody put that up a few times? Please put the money up onto that. Thank you, Lady Zaga. There you go. Yep, see? There's the one you need to donate to. That's in the pools. And that goes directly to get Eric out. Free your boo. Hey, not now, maybe later. Your chalk is still on the sidewalk over here. So... all right, guys. Let me collapse my stand up here. I'll show you, not now, maybe later's chalk that's still out here. You may or may not be able to see it. So let's take a look here. But they have not washed it off. You can't make it out. It's here, and if it was light out, you'd be able to read it. And it says that, Free My Boo, and has not now, maybe later's initials right here. You can barely see it in red, but it's too dark down here now to see it. But it is here still. They did not wash it off. Okay, everybody have a happy new year. Don't go out drinking and driving. I don't want to see you out there on my stream in an accident or being arrested. So call an Uber, taxi, whatever. All right, guys, we will catch you later. I'll try to keep you informed on what's going on. Yes, DDT sold them out.